So for today, guys, we're going to talk a lot about alcohol. So what are the different use, preparations, and how does alcohol work in our body? So introduction, let us define what is an alcohol. An alcohol is is any organic compound in which a hydroxyl function group, or we have the OH, no, nga naka-attach aton, is bound to a carbon atom, usually connected to other carbon or hydrogen atoms. So alcohols are organic derivatives of water nga HOH, because diba ang chemical formula of our water, kung tanahon naton, ga-contain siya sang 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 oxygen, which naga made up siya sang H2O chemically nga name niya. So it is a derivative of the water, ang aton alcohol, because OH lang sa nadula ang isa ka hydrogen nga upod sa aton nga alcohol, in which one of the hydrogen atoms is replaced by an alkyl group. Maghambal kita alkyl group, we have the OH, and then may R. Ang R naga-signify as our alkyl group. So last time nakita nato no, may mga alkyl group kita. The word alcohol appeared in English in the 16th century, originating from the Arabic word. So meaning nag-origin ang word ng alcohol, naging translate nila sa English sa 16th century, but it came from an Arabic word. So naming the alcohols, we have the common name and the IUPAC name. So IUPAC name, we replace the E in alkane name with OL. So ang alkane ni naton ho, ikwao na siya ang E nga punta kung i-replace sa isang OL. Parehas sang methane. Ang E nga sa punta, kwao na siya, and then i-replace with ol. So, methanol, that is an IUPAC name. For our common name, a simple alcohols using the name of the alkyl group followed by alcohol. Parehas sang ari, CH4 methane, di ba ginakwa ang isa niya ka oxygen. So, ang gwa niya from methane nga CH4, ang hydrogen is 4 ka atoms, ikwa ang isa ka oxygen, ang isa ka hydrogen rather, so ang gwa iya CH3OH. So this is our methanol for IUPAC name, and then for common name we have the methyl alcohol. The same also for ethane, ethanol, or the ethyl alcohol. So naming alcohol steps. So based sa IUPAC ni step 1, select the longest carbon chain that contains the OH group. So later makita na natin ang step by step ang numbering nila kung nga nag-amo ng iya pangalan. So una, select the longest carbon chain that contains the OH group. So amo na siyang origin. Hindi ka pwede nga, for example, kung may mga branch later be ang imo nga compound node, ang branch lang to yung isipon mo kung pila ka bilog ang carbon niya. But dapat remember gid ang longest nga carbon chain dira kita ma-originate ang aton nga name. Then step 2, number from the end nearest. So kung diin nag-start ang may OH, dira kita mabutang sang aton carbon nga 1 nga isip. Later ma-picture out ninyo kung ano. Then change the ending of the parent alkane from E to OL or ol. Use the number to show the location of our hydroxyl nga group, and then give the location and name of each substituent or the alphabetical order as a prefix to the name of the main chain. So example, this one, 1-propanol. Di ba kagina hambalya iisipon kuno kung diin ang may pinaka-longest chain. So ari may ari tadi tatlo ka carbon, and then ano tong hambalya sa step to, number the end nearest to OH. So kung ano ang pinakalapit sa OH nato, dira kita masugod as carbon nga 1, 2, 3 kung makita naton. And then 1, because ang aton hydroxyl nga group naga-attach sa first carbon, which makes it as 1-propanol. Propanol, we all know, di ba, nga this is the structure, chemical formula of our propane. Gindula ang E sa propane, gin islan all propanol. Next, we have the 2-propanol. Nag-move naman sabi ko sang OH naton is ari diri sa second naton nga carbon. So this can be interchangeable, no? Pwede diring 1, pwede diring 3. Next, but most of the time nag-start kita sang carbon naton from the right side to the left. Next, we have the 5-methyl 2-hexanol. Paano siya na-name ang 5-methyl 2-hexanol? Kung isipon naton, di ba, ang iya gid nga origin gid or ang parent gid niya nga carbon, isipon naton kung pila ang pinaka longest chain, because as we can see may ari na nga nag-branch nga methanol, no, nga methyl. So isipon naton, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6, meaning hexane. We have a hexane, and then kwaon nato ng E sa punta, which makes it as hexanol. Nga nag 2-hexanol sa because we have the hydroxyl group sa second naton nga carbon. So 2-hexanol, and then 5-methyl. Nga nag 5-methyl, ang 5 naton ari sa number 5 nga carbon, kag ang ga-attach sa iya is our methyl. Hindi pwede nga 2-hexyl 5-methanol, because ang aton gani nga parent nga alcohol dapat isipon naton ang may pinaka-longest nga chain, amo na siyang ibutang naton nga punta, kumbaga pablado amo nang apelyido niya, which is hexanol, amo na ang pinakalaba. So 5-methyl 2-hexanol. So we have the methanol, ethanol, propanol, and the butanol. Common name. Methanol, ang common name niya is wood alcohol. Ethanol, the grain alcohol. And the propanol, which is the rubbing alcohol. Question. Ano nga alcohol ang ginaano naton? Ang gina-drink naton. So next. Different types of alcohol. So, depending on the position of the OH group or the hydroxyl group. So, the hydroxyl group of alkyl alcohols can be positioned in different carbon atoms of the carbon chain and are classified as we have the primary alcohol, secondary, and then the tertiary alcohol. Kung, of course, ang carbon nga nag-attach iya 1, of course, primary. Sa secondary, 2 man ka carbon. And sa tertiary, we have 3 carbon also. So, what do we mean by the diols and the triols? Ano na sila? So, depending on the number of OH group. Diol, a compound containing 2 hydroxyl group. Meaning, kagina, ang aton to nga mga methanol, ang aton to propanol, isa lang na ka-hydroxyl group ang ga-attach. But, kung 2 na ka-hydroxyl group ang nag-attach sa aton nga compound, it can be named as diol, or kung tatlo, we have the triol. So, for example, we have the 1,2-ethane diol, or commonly known as ethylene glycol. So, ang aton 1,2-ethane diol, so nga nag 1,2-ethane diol sa, of course, may duwa kita ka-carbon, which makes it as ethane naton. And then, nag-diol siya, it's because we have 2 ka alcohol, and then na-attach sa aton nga carbon 1 and carbon 2. 1,2-ethane diol, or commonly known as ethylene glycol. Next, 1,2-propane diol. Ang propane, 3 ka carbon, nag-contain siya sa carbon. 3 ka carbon, propane, diol, mantagyapon, 1,2, 1, di ba, hambal ta, maisip ta kung diin ang pinaka nagsugod gid nauna ang hydroxyl nga group. So dira ta mabutang sang 1 nga ano naton nga isip for our carbon 1, 2 kag 3. So we have 1, 2, then propane, diol, or commonly known as propylene glycol. And then, kung tanan, 3 gid sila, may naka-attach, 1, 2, 3 propane triol, because 3 ang hydroxyl group niya, commonly known as the glycerol or your glycerin. So note that hydroxyl group must be placed in neighboring carbon atoms to name them glycols and